It's you guys. How are you? So, it's Jumbo Day. I don't know why that is. I know why. Because I got this in. This is a used 1957 Gibson J-200. And our customer, Bruce Springsteen, who we've worked with for decades, and is a super nice guy, by the way. I mean, you all know that. But he plays a 57 J-200. And so they make, Gibson makes a 57 J-200, and this just came in, and it's a cool guitar. It's got great sound, nice neck, all of that stuff. I'm going to start here though. This is a Jumbo too. And by Jumbo, you know what we mean. Even those of you that don't know guitars, Jumbo, it says it all. It's Jumbo. I mean, what does that mean? It's big. And why? It sounds big. These Guilds are kind of famous for being that. They're 12-string version of this, and they call them Fs sometimes. And Guild has had so many step parents, so to speak. I mean, Guild started with Epiphone, was sold to Gibson, and then they gilded together and created Guild, and they started making guitars based on old Epiphone guitars with all the old workers who didn't want to move to Michigan to join Gibson, right? There you go. There's a short version of a long story, and that is Guild. And you'll see some of the things like those are Epiphone inlays. This is an Epiphone inlay. The way the headstock is very Epiphone-esque. And the Epiphone never really made a Jumbo. They made a slightly small Jumbo, get it? Yeah, and then the interesting thing about this guitar is I got it from Pete of Pete's Guitars. Those of you who've been around for a long time, Pete Alanoff from Pete's Guitar passed away in 1999. It seems like, 5 years ago, not that long ago. And Pete had a lot of connections with a lot of rock stars and was a well-known vintage guy. Well, he went to the Guild factory and picked this out, and he gave it to his brother before he passed away, and it's just in beautiful condition. His brother, I don't think, plays very much, and so he had it, and it's just, there's so many little details they do. These Jumbos, this is like American cars. The big cars are the fancy cars, and the little guitars are the plain guitars. And so when you get into these big guitars like this, they're well decorated. Multiple binding, big block inlays, bound headstock, pearl logo, even details like the back, and this, and always premium woods. And what you get out of this is a real sharp focus with Guild. Really loud, proud, it carries well. There's a good crispness to the high end. They make the Jumbos out of maple, so maples doesn't have the bass response. The body is creating the bass response. The maple creates the high end, and that's the blending characteristic of building a Jumbo out of maple. You get kind of the best of both worlds with the crispness of maple and the volume of the guitar itself. And then the king of the flat tops was the Gibson J-200. And we don't see a lot of J-200s, especially 50s J-200s. We'd be interested in your 50s J-200 if you have one. But this is a little more lower mids. same theory here. We have highly decorated. Do you know Gibson has a patent on that? You can't really make those without running into the law from Gibson. But this has a nice top. You'll see a little bit of cross graining here. It's almost like it has flame. It is an aged top. They bake this top. It is hand scallop braces. And then you have this really pretty flame maple back. And of course, this is all solid wood. And then the three-piece neck, which was a hallmark of Gibson. There's also, if you look close, there's a little bit of sinking in this because they're using real lacquer, and instead of covering the guitar in a rubber or plastic and then putting lacquer on, they just allow the lacquer to sink into the body. So it's got a lacquer protective coat, and it does sink into the wood. And most guys that know guitars will go, yeah, great, that's good, because we don't need it to be super shiny, because to do that you have to apply like a plastic undercoat to it, and then you spray lacquer on top, and you know, those guitars sound pretty good, but a lacquer guitar will sound better. We sell every one of these we get. We're happy to get it. It was made within the last year, and it comes with the case. It has all the case candy in it, and you save well over $1,000 on this by buying this as new guitar. There's not a scratch on it. It is, for all practical purposes, new. And then this, which used to belong to Pete Allenoff, and this is really a cool guitar too, and they both have all that really beautiful wood on the back. So there you go. That, my friends, is the guitar of today, the guitars of today, and they're both super ultra deluxe models. And come check it out. Okay.